Recap. Can you imagine? First day with the Holy Spirit, first time preaching out to the public, and they saved 3,000 souls came to Christ. Acts 2 verse 42. And they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and in breaking of bread and in prayers. And fear came upon every soul, and many wonders and signs were done by the apostles. 44. And all that believed were together and had all things common. 45. And sold their possessions and goods and parted them to all men, as every man had need. 46. And they continuing daily with one accord in the temple and breaking bread from house to house, did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart. 47. Praising God and having favor with all the people. And the Lord added to the church daily such as should be saved. The people submitted to the apostles, but it was because they were doing signs and wonders. They were healing, breaking out demons, everything. And the people saw that and feared and came to Christ. And all the people who believed, that means in 45, they sold their possessions and parted them to all men, as every man had need. So as much as you needed, they gave you. This is the first part that I'd like to emphasize a little bit. You see, today you tithe to these places where you gather, and they give to other foundations, nonprofit organizations. I'm not saying they don't give, but the apostles didn't give outwardly to other people or to other entities. They give inwardly to the same people who came to Christ. So when tithing comes, take into account where the money goes where you gather. You see, if it's not going back to the people who need, who are going through hard times, but are going to third parties and to different companies, is that biblical? Chapter 2, Acts 45 and 46. And they continuing daily with one accord in the temple and breaking bread from house to house, did eat their meat with gladness and singleness of heart. You see, the apostles gave back to the people as they needed. It doesn't mean that they give equally, like everybody wants to be equal today. They didn't do that. They gave as needed. If I needed more because I was poor and somebody else was rich, they'd give a little bit more to me, but they'd make sure that the other people were fine too. And 47, the Lord added to the church daily. That means God added, not the apostles, not the believers, not the way of life, not the community that they were going through, although it was obviously beautiful, and God added to the church to be saved.